Okay, so situation. The figure shown is a portable seat subjected to a load W equals 2,100 kilonewton and is braced by cable FG. Sa ating cable. Surfaces C, D, and E are all frictionless. So you're given H1 to be 0.5 meter, H2 to be 0.25, and H3 also 0.25. X is 0.9, and then X1 is 0.6, and lastly, X2 is 0.45. So those are the dimensions. Now, for the first question, we are asked to find the tensile force in cable FG, and then we are also asked to find the reaction at D and find the reaction at C. Okay? So, in this particular example, no, ito ay structure which we consider to be a pin-jointed frame. No? So, frame siya, pero yung mga joints niya ay either pin or hinge, or pwede rin naman na ano lang, smooth surface. So, kagaya tong C na to, D tsaka E na yan, we consider those as smooth surface because sinabi naman dito na lahat ng yun ay frictionless. Okay? So, pagka frictionless, the only resisting reaction, or the only reaction there would be the normal reaction or normal force, no? So, if we would draw the free body diagram of the entire structure, so gamitin ko na lang tong figure na to, so to represents the free body diagram of the whole structure. Okay, so ano yung mga forces acting to it? So, unang-una ito, no? Pangalawa, yung mga reaction. So, dito meron tayong reaction. Okay, tawagin natin na RD, at meron din tayong reaction dito, tawagin natin na RE. Okay? Now, as you can see, because we are assuming that ito yung buong structure natin, kahit na alam natin na iba-iba pa yan ng members, no, or magkakahiwalay ng members yan. Pero that's the point of drawing the free body diagram. So, namimili tayo kung anong body yung gusto nating drawingan ng free body diagram. And in this case, gusto ko yung buong structure. So, para malinaw, ang kailangan lang natin i-identify kapag nag-drawing tayo ng free body diagram sa buong structure ay lahat ng external forces acting on that structure. Okay? So, ano-ano ba lahat ng external forces, meaning sa labas ng structure na yon? So, i-highlight ko lang yung structure na sinasabi ko. Ito. Yan, lahat yan. Yan yung buong structure. So, we are considering this as an entire structure, we don't care about its connections. No? So, kasama to. Yan. So ano ba lahat ng forces acting on that body, on that structure, sa labas niya? Ito lang. Ito. Tapos yung dalawang reaction dito. Wala nang iba. Okay? And kapag ka na master natin yung ganung ability to represent all the forces in a body, it will simplify our analysis in on a more complicated structures, no? And madalas kasi kaya nalilito tayo sa mga forces acting on a structure, lalong-lalo na kung complicated yung structure, ay hindi natin kayang i-identify, no, yung mga forces acting on a certain body. And ulitin ko lang, ang key, no, para mapasimple is mag-drawing ka ng free body diagram. Tapos i-identify mo sinong body ba yung ginagawan mo ng free body diagram. So in this case, buong to. And kapag yan yung buong body ko, ano lahat ng external forces na nag-act dyan? Yung force na to, naka-act dito. Tapos, yung iba pang in contact sa kanya, itong ground. So, meron ditong force, meron din ditong force. Kung meron itong friction, meron din tayong friction dito, no? Pero in our case, wala naman, no? Frictionless naman. So, yan lang. Yan na yun, no? And what do we do next? After the free body diagram, to calculate all the unknown forces, all we have to do is to apply conditions of equilibrium. Okay, so ano yung mga conditions of equilibrium? Summation ng forces must be equal to zero and summation of moments must also be equal to zero. Now, because one of the items requires us to find the reaction at D, ito yun. So, gamitan na lang natin ito ng summation ng moment to solve it directly. No? So, if you would apply summation of moment at point E, no, dito ka mag-moment, so ito iikot, ito iikot. So, because this is given, then you can solve for this. No? So, using the free body diagram of the whole structure, let's take summation of moment about point E. Okay, assuming counterclockwise positive. So, we have 2,100. The moment arm of that is this. Ito. And that would be simply 0.9 minus 0.6. So that is 0.3. Okay? So therefore, this is 0.3. Okay, the rotation this will produce is counterclockwise. And then minus, because this will produce a clockwise rotation. Okay? Minus RD times the moment arm would be etong layo na to, from here to here. So that is 0.45 plus 0.45 or simply 0.9. Okay? And from there, we can answer number 2 directly. Okay, so that's 2,100 times 0.3 over 0.9. And that gives us 700 kilonewtons. Okay, and that would be letter C for number 2. So nauna lang nating masolve yung number 2, no? Kasi mas mabilis siyang makuha eh. Okay, next. We are also concerned in finding the reaction at C. Okay, so pwede na natin kunin yung reaction sa C. So yun nandito. So ngayon, at this current free body diagram, yung reaction sa C ay hindi natin nakikita. Kasi yung reaction dun sa C ay hindi naman siya external force nung structure na kinoconsider natin. So para mapalabas natin yung reaction sa C, okay, so ang gagawin natin is mag-isolate tayo ng member dito sa structure na to. Preferably, yung member na merong in contact with point C kasi doon lang natin makikita yung reaction sa C, no? So, actually, kung titingnan yung magiging structure, binubuo siya ng member na to, DBC, tapos ito ring member na to, ABGE, and then itong member na to, itong horizontal. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang choice para ma-expose yung reaction sa C. Pwede na itong member na to i-analyze natin o di kaya itong member na to, whichever is easier. And for me, I think mas madali kung itong member na to dahil kung bibilangin natin yung unknown sa member na to, pag drawing natin yung free body diagram niya, may reaction dito, may reaction dito, tapos may reaction dito. No? Tatlo. Kapag ito naman, may reaction dito, may tension dito, tapos meron din lalabas na reaction dito kasi pin, ano to pin connection. So may reaction dyan na dalawa. Tapos meron pang reaction dito. So mas marami kasing unknowns dito currently, no? Kaya I think mas okay kung ito na lang yung i-analyze natin. So i-isolate natin yung structure na yan, no? So that is member AC. So FBD of member AC. Okay, so i-redraw lang natin. Okay, so that would be member AC. So nandito yung weight, 2,100. Okay, tapos lagyan natin ng measurements. Okay, from the original figure, this is 0.6 and 0.3. Okay? And then, dahil na-isolate na natin itong member na to, we will now, again, identify ano ba lahat ng external forces na nag-act dito sa member na to, no? So, currently, yung 2,100. Ano pa? So, dahil ito ay originally connected sa member ABG via a joint or via a hinge, so alam naman natin kapag hinge, meron siyang vertical and horizontal reaction. So, lagyan natin. So, bali, meron ngayon ditong reaction na, ano ba to? Point A, no? Tawagin ko na lang na AY tsaka AX. Okay? And also, dun sa point C, meron tayong reaction doon dahil ito ay smooth surface. Then, meron siyang reaction perpendicular dun sa surface of contact. And dahil ang surface of contact ay horizontal, so yung reaction na yon would be vertical. So, tawagin natin na RC. And that's it. No? And dito, we can solve for RC directly if we would sum up moment about point A. Okay, so taking summation of moment about point A equals 0 and considering only the free body diagram of member AC, ito lang. So dito lang tayo titingin, no? So if we would take summation of moment at A, we will have 2,100 times 0.6 yung moment arm. And then that will be negative kasi this is going to give us a clockwise rotation. And RC will give us a counterclockwise rotation. So plus RC times the moment arm is 0.9. And that is all equal to 0. So therefore, RC can now be calculated. So 2,100 times 0.6 over 0.9. And that gives us 1,400. Okay? And that is our answer for number 3. Now, for the tensile force in the cable, we are now ready to use this member since na-compute na natin guys yung reaction dito sa C, no? So, kapag ka in-isolate naman natin itong member DBC, ang unknowns na lang natin dyan is yung magiging reactions dito na dalawa at saka yung tension sa cable. And na-solve na rin pala natin tong RD. Okay? So, that means tatlo lang yung unknowns. So, therefore, solvable yon because we have three equations of equilibrium. One, summation of forces along x equals to 0. The second one is summation of forces along y equals to 0. And third one is summation of moment is equal to 0. Kaya, mas maganda, ito yung i-isolate natin. Okay? So, i-drawing natin ang free body diagram ng member D, F, B, C. Okay? So, ayan. So let's say ito yung D, ito yung F, ito yung B, ito yung C. Okay? So sa F, meron tayong cable dyan na naka-attach. No? So therefore, meron diyang tension. Okay? Tapos kanina, meron tayong reaction dito, RD. Okay? And the value was already calculated to be 700. So lagyan ko na ng value, 700. Okay? Ano pa? So dito rin sa point na to, meron diyang mga reaction. So I'll just assume na ang reaction dito ay to the left, tawagin kong BX, tapos downward, tawagin kong BY. Okay? And lastly, as we calculated just earlier, meron ding reaction dito sa surface na to. So kanina, nung nag-compute tayo ng reaction sa C, we assume that it's going to be upward. And based on our computation, ang nasolve natin na value ng RC ay positive. Ibig sabihin, tama yung assumption natin dito na upward siya. Okay? So, kung sakali lang na mag-negative ito, yung na-compute natin, ibig sabihin lang nun, hindi ibig sabihin nun, pababa siya. Hindi ibig sabihin pababa. Ang ibig sabihin nun ay mali yung assumption mo, na pataas siya. Kaya in a way, pababa nga siya. No? Pero maling isipin na kapag nag-negative ito is automatically downwards. No. Kapag nag-negative ang unknown force na na-compute mo, that means your initial assumption for its direction is incorrect. Okay? Pero in our case, wala namang problema dahil nung inassume natin na upward siya, tapos ang nag-compute tayo, nag-positive naman. So therefore, tama lang na upward to. Now, why is that important? Because this particular point is in contact with this particular point, then we must always consider Newton's third law of motion, third law, no? Newton's third law, which means that, which states that for every action, there's always an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, dapat, kapag kang dinodrawingan natin ng free body diagram, isa tong member na to, at na-prove natin dito na yung reaction sa C ay upward, dapat paglipat nun doon sa kabilang member na nakadikit sa kanya, yung magiging reaction niya dito sa same point should be downward or opposite. Okay? That is action-reaction principle of Newton. So therefore, yung RC natin dito should be drawn downward. And the value is 1,400. Okay? So that's it, no? Yun na yung lahat ng forces acting on member DFBC unless otherwise meron tayong nakalimutan. So balikan lang natin. May reaction dito. Ito 'yon. Yung reaction dito, itong dalawa, kasi pin yan or hinge. Tapos yung cable dito, ito yon. And then yung reaction dito sa baba, ito yon. At wala namang naka-apply na other external forces. So yan na yun, no? So all that's left to do is to analyze this. Now, like I said, pwede ka naman mag-summation ng forces, kaya lang, to solve P directly, kailangan pa nating mag-summation ng kung magsa-summation man tayo ng forces, we must use summation of forces x. However, hindi naman natin alam kung anong value nitong bx. At dahil hindi naman natin alam yon, edi mag-isip tayo ng ibang paraan or ibang equations of equilibrium na pwede nating magamit. And in that case, pwede nating gamitin si summation of moment. And strategically, pipiliin natin itong point B to be our point of moment para pag nagsulat tayo ng moment equation, ang tanging unknown dun sa equation natin is yung t. Kasi ang mangyayari, yung moment na itong dalawa at that point will become 0. Okay? So, lagyan ko lang ng mga distances. This was 0.9. And then, okay, so based on the figure, 0.5, 0.25, 0.25. Okay, so therefore, tama ba? 0.9 yun, no? So therefore, let's take summation of moment at B. Okay, assuming counterclockwise positive. And again, ang tinitignan lang natin dito sa summation of moment is yung member DFBC. Okay, so let's start. Bali, unahin ko na yung tension. So ikot siya sa B ng counterclockwise. So we have T times, ang moment arm nun will be 0.25. So yun yung distance natin dito. Ayan. Okay, and then next, yung RD na 700. Ang moment arm niya galing sa B, so hindi ko pala nalagyan. Hatiin ko na lang pala to. So, kasi mag-moment tayo sa B, so dito lang tayo. Ayan. So 0.45 tsaka 0.45. So the moment arm is 0.45. Okay, and rotation of RD is clockwise. So this should be minus. Okay? And then 1,400, ang moment arm nun ay also 0.45. And the rotation it will produce is also clockwise. So negative. And that is all equal to 0. And from here, we should calculate the tension in the cable. So we have 700 times 0.45 plus 1,400 times 0.45 over 0.25. And that gives us 3,780 kilonewtons. Okay, and our answer here would be letter D. Okay, so that's how we solve this problem.